So by now, you've probably seen some very strange clips out there from a press conference done by the chief executive of this nation. Well, that's not unusual, but there was a really weird gaffe that everybody kind of pointed out, and I'll play it just to refresh your memory.
Change. And to quote, in the past 3 weeks...
There it is. We'll do it again.
Change. And to quote, in the past 3 weeks...
And there you go. It's odd, for sure, you know, that he decided to break up a quote that way. It's not something that's normally done. It's, you know, seems like something that somebody accidentally wrote on the teleprompter, perhaps. Maybe he read something that was on the teleprompter that says end of quote, you know, because he did say to quote at the front of the statement. So, you know, I'm going to give it a pass. And I don't cover politics here, but I did get curious about this particular thing. So, of course, as you know me, I went diving into it. I wanted to see the whole context of this particular presser. And I did. Well, let's take a look at what I found. Here we go. Now, to be clear, I don't do politics on this channel, but I do comment on the media. I have to. It's part of culture, pop culture, entertainment. It's part of everything that, you know, everybody's invested in. And there's a reason to pay attention to stuff like this. Not that particular gaffe we just saw, but to this, which is odd. Again, I did a little research. Wasn't quite prepared for what this, like, I wasn't prepared for this. Let's put it that way. Here we go. See if you can see what I'm talking about.
And while our combined actions will not solve the problem of high gas prices overnight, it will make a difference. It will take time, but before long, you should see the price of gas drop where you fill up your tank. And in the longer term, we will reduce our reliance on oil as we shift to clean energy. But right now, I will do what needs to be done to reduce the price you pay at the pump. The price of gas...
Did you see that jump? Did you see that jump cut? I mean, you see them a lot of times here on YouTube. I mean, you know, as creators, sometimes we want to edit out a mistake or a positional problem or, you know, get rid of a joke that didn't land at all or whatever. And, you know, you'll have that little jump cut. Let's take a look at it again. We don't have to back up very far. Let's do it. Let's see if we can do it. 19 seconds in. Here we go.
Energy. But right now, I will do what needs to be done to reduce the price you pay at the pump. The price of gas...
Now, I got this from C-SPAN's official YouTube channel, and maybe that's part of the problem. I wasn't aware that they actually edited things that were part of the context of an entire speech out of that. I mean, that's not been a normal practice, so I went to look at the archive that they have, right? Take a look at to what the clips that they'd actually pulled out. And, you know, it had a weird jump cut in it. So I went to the actual raw footage, which I'll show you now. And in context, it makes a lot of sense. Now, mind you, this is a longer clip, but understand that the context of this seems to call into question what they cut out and why. And I'll see if you can help me figure that out.
From the middle class and working families that are spending much too much and it's a strain. And you're the reason I was sent here to look out for you. There's another issue that will be addressed as well. Because the fact is the price of oil was already dropping prior to this announcement, and many suggested in anticipation of the announcement.
All right, so that last part there is where the cut begins. So watching this in its greater context, I'm like, why did you cut that out? Because you weren't sent there for the middle class? Because you misstated something? Did you put out another piece of misinformation? Were you trying to get the facts straight? I don't know. I wonder if you do. Let's take another look at it. Again, this is not a political commentary. It's a media one. I want to know what's going on in the background. C-SPAN is .org. It's supposed to be uninfluenced by a whole lot of other things. So let's try again.
From the middle class and working families that are spending much too much and it's a strain. And you're the reason I was sent here is to look out for you.
Can't argue with that.
There's another issue that we'll be addressing as well. Because the fact is the price of oil was already dropping prior to this announcement, and many suggest in anticipation of the announcement.
Two questions come to mind at the last part there. The price of oil has already started to drop prior to you doing this, releasing 2.5 days worth of oil for, petroleum purposes. Or did you threaten the oil companies ahead of time? And he states clearly that they were going to have an FTC investigation into the oil companies, or what is possibly bad practices. But did they threaten them, and that's why the oil prices were falling? Or were the oil prices not falling? I'm really confused. And of course, based on the rest of the context of the speech, he'd already been working with foreign governments, and we already know that one of those is China. He references China in the speech. I'm confused. I'm concerned. Why would you cut out what would seemingly be an innocuous segment? I'm going to do it one more time because I need an answer. Maybe you guys can figure it out. Let's take a look at it once more. And again, this is not political commentary, right? No, it's not. I've gathered the facts. I grabbed the clip that was cut out for some reason on the C-SPAN official YouTube channel. If somebody wants to do deeper research, I don't have time to do it because obviously it's Thanksgiving and I want everybody to have in the United States, of course, to have a wonderful and joyful Thanksgiving celebration with family or friends or whatever, even if it's just hanging out with us here on YouTube later today, because there are going to be other live streams that are going to happen with your favorite personalities, including obviously the Comics Division one tonight. But let's watch this one more time, okay? And take a look at it. I can't find a reason to cut this out unless there's something terribly off here. We'll see.
From the middle class and working families that are spending much too much, and it's a strain. And you're the reason I was sent here is to look out for you. There's another issue that we'll be addressing as well. Because the fact is the price of oil was already dropping prior to this announcement, and many suggest in anticipation of the announcement.
I really just don't get it. And that's one of those things. These are the kinds of things that concern me. I'm like, okay, why was this edit made? Why was it cut there on the YouTube thing? It's still available. If you watch the entire thing beginning to end from the C-SPAN library archive, it's still there. And I'm going to save that clip because if that ever gets edited, we're going to know something was wrong. In fact, I need to start doing that more and more frequently because, there were some things I was just taking, as would be there normally. And we've already seen the compromising history, compromising documents, compromising narratives, and all things like that happening consistently with stuff like this. Anyway, it's not something I really wanted to talk about on Thanksgiving, but it's something that I can't, I couldn't ignore it last night. It was really strange. Hopefully somebody can figure it out. And if you think you know what's going on, go ahead and put it down in the comment section below. We can talk about it. I'm going to be, on my phone most of the day, looking obviously at, things that are going on, on Twitter with everybody and Minds, and of course even YouTube. So maybe we can interact that way. For those of you who are channel members, we will have a member stream on Saturday. Looking forward to that. And I just want to say once again, thank you for everything that you do. I'm thankful for you on this Thanksgiving Day here in the US. But I'm thankful to everybody around the world for all of you that support all of us. Thank you. I'm grateful. Obviously, I'm going to tell you to support independent creators based on this here. Please. Because, wow. They don't get the kind of support that the mainstream does. Clearly, things are being edited, even in places you wouldn't expect. So do support them because they're going to keep digging for news, especially into, things like the recent tragedy that occurred in Wisconsin and stuff like that. But beyond that, I'll end the video the same way I always do on this holiday. Be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. wash your hands because it's good hygiene. And on Thanksgiving, you better be doing it a lot. And until next time, bye.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.